Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today is a very special day. It is Mary J. Blige's birthday. So happy birthday to the queen of soul and hip hop and R&B. We love you, Mary J. Blige, and this psychic reading is dedicated for her. Not sure she's going to listen to this, but if it does run across, she does come across it, it would be very, very nice for her, a surprise for her, I believe, in many ways for her to listen to this reading. So I'm very excited about this. This is a reading that has been requested several times, and I'm just going to get into it. What do I see for Mary J. Blige for the remainder of 2019? Because it's just began. It's just begun, and then what I see for 2020 and whatever else comes through from spirit. So what I see for Miss Blige right now is that she is in her sort of work mode, but also in a relaxation mode. Where her career hasn't been easy, she's struggled many years ago to be in a world that's dominated predominantly by men in the entertainment industry. She did break a lot of barriers, being very strong and prolific in her songwriting and her songs and the image that she's portrayed. She's been a beacon of light and empowerment to women, men, people all around the world respect Mary J. Blige. But I feel like in many ways she hasn't received entirely, the support, that other artists would have received. For whatever reason. I think because people find her very strong. She comes across as very powerful, and she doesn't take any shit from anyone. She's very to the point, and basically what you see is what you get, and she's going to tell you how it is. And I feel like in many cases, and this is going to sound weird, but this is how it's coming from spirit, she's like a mother to many people, to many artists out there, and she's so young still. I believe she's in her 40s, so it's like she's still young, but in many ways I feel like her soul's so wise. It's so she's an old soul, definitely an old soul. I do feel like she's spiritually awoken. She is awake. She is aware of the dangers in the industry, and she's, for the most part, I feel like has stepped away from a lot of these associations and people, that have revealed their true colors to her, especially like people like P. Diddy and some other people, that in the industry, that she still respects them, and she's not going to come out and badmouth them, but she is very much awoken and knows who to trust. Very intuitive. I feel like she's very intuitive as well. So, you know, she's not going to be one that will align herself with anyone that would bring her down. And so she's learned valuable lessons in the industry. I do feel like she has, her childhood and whatnot, that was all very difficult. So I'm just giving you a little bit of background for those of you that are tuning in. She is a singer, she's an actress, she's just overall, the whole package. And what I see for her is that this year is going to be very productive for her. A lot of good light surrounding her, a lot of positive energy. I feel like, she isn't in her area where she's rediscovering herself, reinventing herself. She's done, she was married to the guy, Martin Isaacs, I believe, which he's on this other slide, which I'll get to in a minute. But she was with him, and their divorce got finalized. So now she's a free woman. She's been free for quite some time, and she's just really loving the single life. I really feel like she's not ready to, she's not doing the rebound thing. She's not gonna get into another relationship immediately. She respects herself, and she's gonna give herself time. And at this point, she's like, I feel like she's like, she doesn't really need love to complete her. But it'd be nice, if it happens for her. She's like, if it happens, it happens. But she's not going to force anything. She's not going to chase anyone. And she's not going to put up with anyone cheating on her or, treating her less than what she deserves. But I do feel like she does have around her love life, even though I don't feel like she will remarry again, at least not in the immediate future. The future is unwritten, so things can change. But for the most part, I don't feel like she's going to ever remarry again. That's like the farthest thing from her mind. It would have to be a very special man, and he would really have to be someone who is very stable mentally, spiritually, awoken himself and really would elevate Ms. Blige and not just stay, and bring her down or cause all these dramas. And I'll get into that in just a minute, more in depth into that. But as far as her love life is concerned, I do feel like there is a potential person, a guy that is interested in her. And this is going to be more of a relationship that could develop in 2019 and going into 2020. It will be under hush. I don't feel like it's going to be something that's exposed out in the media at all, or not at first. It's going to be very secretive in some ways, but overall the energy behind that relationship is very good. The guy himself, interestingly enough, I don't know if she would go for someone that is like a white guy or Caucasian, but that is what I'm seeing here. It's very possible that whoever's going to be interested in her, what I'm getting from spirit is light skin. So unless it's just, a black guy that is a little lighter in the skin tone, but what is coming through is that he is very romantic, very good looking, taller than her, very, I feel like he may be a little bit younger than her, a few years younger. And what I do get is that he's someone that travels the world a lot. Something about sports, so he even may be in sports. And you would think that maybe she wouldn't go for someone like that, but I feel like she's going to be surprised, and people are going to be surprised eventually when she does get into this relationship that Spirit is talking about. This year in particular, around October, is a very powerful month for her, for new love, for her to come into receiving something. So between now and October of 2019 is a very prominent time for new love to come in. But like I said, she's not someone that is going to just, go into a new relationship. She's going to kind of, hold back a little bit. They are talking about someone that she cares about that's like a friend. And this is a guy also in the entertainment industry. He could be a singer himself. And he's going through some hardships, and I feel like she's helping him, or will be helping him in getting he's going through a breakup too, but they're like brothers and sisters almost, the energy that is coming across. But she is concerned about him, and she can see that, he's not doing well, and he's like kind of feeling empty inside in many ways in his life. And I feel like this is about a relationship that's gone wrong. As far as her creative projects where they are concerned this year, she is definitely going to be working on new music. I feel like she's going to be having some collaborations that are going to shock many people. She's going to be bringing back some stars that were in the 1990s, very popular black artists that were, in her era, like Lil Kim and other people that she's going to be bringing through, and kind of resurrecting their careers as well, even though I hate to use that word resurrect, because in many ways none of their careers are really dead. They're legends. All these artists, that were very popular back then, some of them have, kind of faded away because either they chose personally to do that, to step outside of the spotlight, or they've been in the spotlight. But I keep seeing visions that she's going to be coming out with some new music. It's going to be good. I also see a lot of creative projects with acting and movie roles. So she's going to be stepping in a little bit more into her acting career as the years progress. She's still going to do music, and that's a passion of her. But she's definitely going to be stepping into some music. I'm sorry, acting. That's going to be very good for her soul. And I feel like it's going to be like the next phase of her career. While she does love music and she does, love her fans and whatnot, she's searching more for the deeper meaning of life. What can make her feel more happy in the second phase of her life? So, being that she is a very hard worker, she's going to continue to flourish in that area. And she's going to continue to make money. But right now, like I said, she's kind of like in relaxation mode. And she's really, focusing on herself and what she wants to do in the future. What she would want to do and would make her happy. Oddly enough, I do get something health related for her. I feel like either this year or 2020, she's going to come out with her health, maybe like a health scare. of some sort. I feel like this is maybe related to her in the stomach area. Um, she's very fit. I do feel like she is very fit, and she does, she's very careful with what she eats, to maintain, her body and have it. Her body's her temple, and she's aware of that. But I feel like there's something going on in her health that she may not even be aware of, that is going to kind of, be something that is like a minor scare, but she'll be okay. It will probably require like some medication, and her kind of, avoiding certain things to eat. But that is what's coming through from spirit with her. She does hold on to some kind of, I wouldn't say anger, but there is a little bit of beef with certain people that have done her dirty in the music industry. It's themselves, and they know who they are. I feel like a lot of these are men, so I feel like a lot of men are threatened by her. These rappers, a lot of these rappers, MCs, they're kind of, threatened by Mary J in some way, because she's been around the game for quite some time, around, this music world. She knows a lot of dirty secrets too. Believe you me, she knows them. And I do feel like with this whole R. Kelly thing that's going on, um, I do feel like Mary J. Blige will come out with a statement, or kind of like say something in regards to it, because it's not just R. Kelly. There's a lot of people that I feel like Mary J. Blige knows, but she's been hushed. She's been quiet about it up until now. But I feel like at a certain point, she is going to have to say something, not because she has to, but because the fans want to know. They know that she knows a lot of things that's gone on. But she, like I said, she's not that type of person to be messy. She's very respectful of people, and she likes to mind, her privacy, and to mind her own business. That's how the way she's always been. She's not into the gossip, into meddling into other people's, affairs. She lets them lead their life the way however they would, and she doesn't judge them. She's not a judgmental person, but she has been hurt in the music industry. People have uh, stolen her music, or her thoughts, her creative thoughts. They have, a lot of these men have made, comments about her. She has faced some racism in the industry as well, among a lot of these record companies. So, she's experienced a little bit of everything, but I feel like she's kept quiet on this. I don't know if she's written a book, but I do get a book around her as well that she would be working on, very possibly. Um, you know, Talking about a lot of these things, but again, she's very careful. She knows what has gone on in the industry. She's, like I said, she's fully awakened and aware, and there is a certain amount of fear, even though she is fearless. There is a certain amount of fear that of what could happen. So I feel like she just decides to kind of like isolate herself more, um, you know, to herself, and keep that to herself as well. Um, with her, she is someone that is going to be receiving her blessings after all these struggles that she's been going through in her life in the most recent years. She is now entering a phase where I feel like everything is going to make more sense to her. There's a lot more clarity, and I do feel like she does work with spiritual people as well, but not in the dark area. She is spiritually cloaked or protected, but by good light, by good magic. I don't feel like it's dark with Mary Jane, but I feel like she is aware of the dark side of the magic, and of, the occultism that exists in the industry. So she is aware of it, but I feel like she's more in the light side. Uh, and she's just at this point where I feel like, she could come out and destroy some people's careers if she wanted to, but she's not going to. So I'm going to get into the next slide here. Now, what went wrong with Mary J. Blige and Martin Isaacs? That's the question here. People want to know, like, what caused them to be divorced? They were married for quite some time. What caused that divorce? And what I get is that Martin is someone a little difficult, somewhat a little difficult, and Mary J is the one that carried the pants in the relationship. To be honest, she carries a lot of the masculine energy in the relationship, and I feel like with him, he was more passive aggressive at times with her. There was a lot of disagreements over money. and over his tendencies to be flirtatious. And kind of, I feel like he was seeing someone else. He did cheat on her in many ways. So a lot of this kind of um, drew her apart from him. And like I said, she's not that girl. She's not that woman, that lady that's going to take crap from no man. She's not going to allow herself to be in that situation where they're cheating on her and she just takes it. She's just there and like does nothing about it. So everything that she's done and everything that she will do is definitely connected, and she is guided by a higher power. But the best thing that she could do was to get away from Martin. And the reason that I say that is because I don't feel like they were soulmates. I feel like they were more of just two people with karmic cycles, karmic lessons in this lifetime, and they learn through this relationship, what they don't want in future relationships. He's going to also struggle finding, even though he may have moved on and maybe he's seeing someone else now, he's going to always have problems in his love life because, again, there's a karmic cycle, which I feel he has not mastered, but she has. Mary J has. But, and I do feel like in many ways that he is going to regret, and if he doesn't already regret, that it didn't work out and how he treated her in many ways. But it became very volatile. And I feel like, that he would make excuses when Mary J was out touring or doing things, and that's when he would do what he was doing. So, there's a lot of lies that I feel like he kept things from her that later came out and she heard him first before he had the chance to talk to her about him. And I'm not going to get into details because, again, I have to keep some things to myself because, again, for privacy for Miss Blige. But definitely, she is someone that is not going to tolerate that. What I keep seeing for her as she gets older, in her 50s, she's going to start working a lot more helping the youth, do humanitarian work. I feel like she does that now in some ways, but she's going to be dedicating more of herself to that, and kind of helping the future generations, and be that mother, like I said, how Spirit refers to her is like a mother to younger generations of singers and people. And I believe she's been on The Voice before as a coach. I could be wrong, but or one of the shows on the TV, but she'll do some more projects like this, coaching. That's kind of like what I feel and see for her. She will do coaching and a lot more of that. I feel like there's also some fashion things going on, beauty world. I don't know if she's ever done cosmetics before, but there may be some products that are coming out, Mary J. Blige cosmetics, things like that, that are going to be more in the artistic, her showing her artistic side and her creative side, and working solidly with people to develop a line of products and possibly even clothing. Like she's gonna build her slowly, continue to build her empire, and have some multiple streams of income coming into her. I would say for her to be watchful of her finances and who is managing her finances. And I do feel like at some point she's going to have to let go someone in her creative team, in her management. She may change managers or like publicists, but she's going to definitely have to change because there are some people that are aligned in her team right now that I feel like are there that are very immature in some ways, and they may even be gossiping about her, and this is something that she already knows, or it'll come out from somebody else that is kind of watching for her, and she's going to get that validation soon. But overall, she has a great career ahead of her still, and she's going to be continuing to be Mary J. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anyone else that you would like for me to do a psychic reading, please comment in the comment section below. If you would like to get a private psychic reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And then also be sure to pick up a copy of my new book. It's called Starseed Footsteps. You can get an autographed copy off of my website, or you can get just a regular copy off of Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Again, it's called Starseed Footsteps, and I talk about a lot of different spiritual topics in the book. So blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing day.